Coast here, maybe the two centers of entrepreneurship. On the West Coast, a lot of investors often say, we want you to fail as quickly as possible. And what they mean by that is, we want to know if you're not going to make it as quickly as possible so we can shut you down. And the element of time is really crucial for them. Remember, a lot of them come from the technology industry, and the technology industry is rapidly moving. On the East Coast, you have more resilience. Investors will stick behind a startup for much longer. And I've seen a lot of investors who have a 36-month time frame before they see a business stand on its feet. The most exit plans, meaning starting a business and selling a business, assume about 5 years. And most investors, angel investors, would like to exit, meaning they would like to see the business be sold for a profit with a nice multiple after the 5th year. So that's usually the time frame. If a company can make revenues and profits before the 18th month anniversary of when it started, wow, this is a great success. And we had a few successes like this. Our most recent company is Verity Wine, where we started it here in New York City, or close to us in Connecticut, and it's a distribution of wines in retail stores and restaurants, and it's doing very, very well after 2.5, 3 years.
Well, congratulations!
So we're very proud of that business.
Very nice.
Yeah.
You know, John, it's when you're sitting back thinking about it from an inventor's perspective, and the inventors listening to the show, that could be a bit discouraging because every day you're breathing, thinking, living your idea. And that's why in the beginning of the show you spoke about advisors and coaching and people that have been there, done that. You know, John, when I first started inventing, very, very similar show, investing and inventing tonight. But when I started inventing, it used to take me time to figure out what to do and where to go and what's next. Now, when I come up with an idea or I help another inventor with an idea, it's like streamline. I can talk about their idea today, and in a couple weeks, we can have a prototype and a video and start showing potential licensees, and at the same time get quotes from factories to see how much manufacturing is going to cost and kind of, push whichever button comes to us. So I think it's also important. I know that it takes time to formulate businesses with teams and development and so forth, but at the same time, having people with experience could truly streamline whether it's the business or invention, right, John?
Absolutely, and that's where our group, the Ledgmore Group, can support entrepreneurs. We have about 14, we call them gurus, entrepreneur gurus, who are available throughout the country, who can help entrepreneurs. We have over 40 startups at any given time that we support right now, and we can improve the chances of an entrepreneur's success by over 50%. It's been statistically proven. So getting good advice is really important. And sometimes it's more important to get good advice than to form the right team as early on as possible. So I agree with you. Speed, minimizing mistakes, again, speed to market, and finding the fastest path to producing revenue is key to the success of a business.
Do you have any other advice for the inventors listening? First off, I want to make sure, I know that we had some thoughts of what we were going to share with the investors, inventors, resources for investors and inventors out there listening tonight. Is there anything else that you wanted to add, John, as part of the 5 steps, or we pretty much covered them?
Well, we can talk for quite a few hours, and if anyone wants to spend more time on the 5 steps, they can buy the book, Unlock Your Inner Entrepreneur, or come to any one of our workshops, or get onto our website, ledgemoorgroup.com. Ledgemoor spelled Ledgemoor Group, Ledgemoor Group. What I would like to say, maybe in closing here, is that the entrepreneurs or inventors who succeed are the ones who manage their fears of failure, take action. They end up making lots of mistakes. They learn from those mistakes, but at the end of the day, they end up with a great business or a great product out there, and they create wealth. So one of my messages here is don't be afraid to make mistakes. In fact, the more mistakes you make early on in the startup, the better off you're going to be eventually, because hopefully you're going to learn from these mistakes and you're going to turn those mistakes into success. One of my friends, Aaron Stevens, who is the CEO of Nature's Path, says success is failure that never gave up. In other words, fail, but don't give up. Just get back on and turn whatever failures you may have into success.
I love that. That sounds great. That is something to live by. You know, there's in any process, in anything in life, there's, you know, people's expectations are that you turn it on and it goes. But there are things that come along the way that you just need to be prepared for, and how you handle them is up to you. Either you give up or you keep going. You find different ways to get it done.
That's right.
That's the way. All right, John, that was a really great wealth of information that you provided to us. I know that you're a startup specialist, a serial entrepreneur. Your book, UnlockYourInnerEntrepreneur.com. It's also available on Amazon and in the bookstores. You can order it. It's really a nice, easy read. I've read it. It's got worksheets in there. It's got everything kind of right to the point, which is what I love, just getting right to the meat of the matter and just really putting you on track. And that's what John and his team at Ledgemoor Group offer. Really appreciate having you on our show tonight, John. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Brian. It was great to be here with you.
Be well. Thank you, John. I'd like to also thank our sponsors, Inventors Digest. You can go to inventorsdigest.com. You also can take a look at patentpride.com, one of our new sponsors. If you have a patent or you're getting a patent, you can order a plaque with your patent information on it. It's really very nice. Thank you, Gus, and good luck, Patent Pride. Thank you for being our newest sponsor. China2S.com, QuickPatents.com if you need a patent search. Carter, DeLuca, Farrell, and Schmidt, their intellectual property law firm. Thank you, everybody, for your support. Have a great night from Got Invention Radio, and keep an eye on the upcoming guests. We will continue to have great guests like John. Thank you, everybody. Have a great night, and keep on inventing.